what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today with a bonus video in Clash Royale. Today we have some breaking news, the announcement of the balance changes that will be going into effect on Monday, July 2nd, has been made public like a minute ago from the time of this recording. What I want to do in this short video is let you guys know what changes will be implemented. In the first half of the video, in the second half, I will give my opinion on each of the changes. So let's just jump right into it, guys. Let's start with the nerfs, okay? We have 4 cards getting nerfed in this Monday's balance changes: Rascals, Mortar, Mega Minion, and Goblins. Let's start with the most subtle of the 4. It's Goblins. It's a health nerf of 1%. It's a very, very small nerf, but what that's going to do is standardize interactions. It's something that they've been working on for the last few balance updates you guys might have noticed. Now minions will be able to 2-hit Goblins at every level. Moving on, we see Mega Minion getting a hit speed reduction from 1.5 to 1.6. Supercell says, this flying menace has been a strong defender and formidable attacker. For 3 elixir, Mega Minion does it all, and that's reflected in the extremely high use rates and win rates. The minor nerf will, Mega Minion nerf, not a minor nerf, will slow down its defensive capabilities while still allowing 2 attacks on an undefended tower at full health. So a small hit speed reduction, again, probably one of the more subtle nerfs in this balance change. Next, we have the Rascals. This is a bigger nerf here, and you know, this is not a surprise to anybody. We saw this coming, the Rascal nerf, but I do think they were pretty substantially hit here. The boy Rascal health has been decreased by 5.3%. The girl Rascals will see both a load time increase from 0.7 seconds to 1, so they load a little bit slower when they enter into the arena, when you plop them into the arena. And their first shot now, the first shot of the girl Rascals, will come 0.6 seconds slower. Again, those don't sound like big numbers, but that actually is a substantial nerf in my opinion. Now we have Mortar. Mortar will also be receiving a pretty substantial nerf. It's going to be seeing a health and a damage nerf. Now, damage reduction by 3.5%. That will move it from 108 to 104 tournament level standard damage. And the health will also be reduced by 4%, not 3, 600 to 575 at tournament level standard. So a Mortar nerf. And those are the 4 nerfs: Rascals, Mortar, Mega Minion, and Goblins. Let's talk about the buffs. A big buff to Witch. Whoa, Witch has been buffed like 10 times in a row now, it feels like. She's still not meta. Will this be the buff that puts her into meta? I don't know. Listen to this, guys. Health increased by 17%. Whoa! That takes her from 696 to 815 at tournament level standard. Spawn time reduced from 7 seconds to 5 seconds. Hit speed reduced from 0.7 seconds to 1 second. That really lowers her DPS as far as her attack, but increases her spawn speed. It also increases, obviously, her health. Let's see what they said about that. Witch has been long played second fiddle to the Wizard, Executioner, and other ranged attackers. She has the lowest win rate in the game, which is disappointing for one of the starting epics. Instead of buffing her damage, we opted to lower her damage and make her a tough skeleton summoner. She will now survive Fireball plus Log and create skeletons at a faster rate, making her a unique support troop behind tanks. I'm just going to skip to the opinion part right now. This will make her meta, in my opinion. I think Witch, Valkyrie, and Wizard. Witch will follow in the footsteps of Valkyrie and Wizard and become meta after this buff, which will be interesting because Witch has really never been meta. Okay, so Fire Spirits, they also get a damage increase, which is interesting. 5% damage increase, and this is interesting because Fire Spirits are already becoming meta, so this is going to make those decks that use them much more powerful. And it says, Great Balls of Fire, this damage buff will make Furnace a little bit more threatening and also allow a pack of Fire Spirits to destroy a flying machine. So now Fire Spirits will counter straight up 2-for-4 trade a flying machine. That's a pretty significant buff. Bomber, what did you heard me right? Bomber will be receiving a range increase, a buff from 4.5 to 5 tiles. A little, they go on to say, the little bomby boy has grown up. His newfound strength lets him toss a bomb further. This will make him a bit easier to use when hiding behind tanks. Sorry for struggling through that. So basically, a range increase for the bomber. So is that going to be enough? A half a tile increase? I don't know. But I suspect some people will start experimenting with the bomber, and that concludes the list of the balance changes. So just to review really quickly, Goblin see a nerf, Mega Minion sees a nerf, Bomber sees a buff, Fire Spirit see a buff, Witch sees a buff, Mortar sees a nerf, and Rascals sees a nerf. So let's go through these quickly and just kind of talk about them, right? Rascals, I don't know. I think that I'm the only guy in the world who thought that Rascals were fine as they are. Again, you can make a very compelling case as to why they needed this nerf, and I really couldn't argue with you, but I think for 5 elixir, they've always presented a nice risk and reward. I think that the log, obviously, the barbarian barrel, countering and killing the girl Rascals, make them, again, a good form of bait, but also the fact that they are in the top 7 decks in the game and have made their way into every single major archetype in the game tells me that it's not a surprise. I would have been fine with just the Rascal Boy getting a substantial health nerf, make him a little bit less of a tank, and keeping the girls the way they are, but I can't really complain. Again, I'm okay with the changes. If it was me, I probably would have done it a little bit differently, but it's not me, thankfully, to probably many of you guys. All right, let's talk about Mortar. Mortar, it's surprising, right? When they increased the overtime duration on ladder, I thought that would hurt siege users. Turns out it's really helped them some way, somehow, because there's been siege all over the top of ladder, and in challenges, the number 1 deck is a Mortar deck. The number 3 deck right now is a Mortar deck. The number 5 deck is a Mortar deck. So again, Mortar users not going to be happy about this, but because of the use and the win rates, I can't complain about the Mortar nerf. Talking about Witch, I'm a huge fan of this. I can't wait to see what Witch does in the meta. I can't wait to see double Witch beatdown decks. I don't know. I gotta be careful about what I ask for too, but I think Witch is gonna be really, really strong, especially now that she spawns faster and she's more resilient to spells. And spells are everywhere. Spells are trending. I like the fact that they made her much more robust in terms of the hit points, and I think that Witch is going to be a force to be reckoned with, guys. Fire Spirits, I'm a big fan of, but again, Fire Spirits are in 2 top decks. I'm not sure if I shared the video today or tomorrow, but I will be sharing 2 Fire Spirit decks and talking about why they're appearing again in the meta. This will only make them more powerful. The Bomber, I'm a big fan of. I mean, the Bomber obviously needs some love. Will this be enough? That's the question, and time will certainly tell. The Mega Minion, I'm not a big fan. I always thought that the Mega Minion, I was a subscriber to the belief that the Mega Minion was the best balanced card in the game, and it's just it's such a strong support card. It fits in multiple decks. I don't know. I think I wouldn't have touched it if it was me, but you know, again, they say here that it has the number or extremely high use in win rates. So I guess I can't argue too much, and it was a small nerf. The Goblins definitely don't deserve a health nerf because Goblins, not Goblin Gang, but Goblins are rarely used anymore, but it was only a 1% nerf. It will actually indirectly make a small nerf to Goblin Gang as well. So I'm not going to go ahead and whine about it and cry about it, but at the end of the day, I understand they're fixing the interaction changes. However, let's be honest, the Goblins themselves, the 2 elixir Goblins, did not deserve a nerf. And guys, that is it for today. They also added that they have added the Snowball and Royal Hogs to the Clan War Collection Day. So that's all the news I have for you. What do you guys think of these balance changes? Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Go ahead and grade it from 1 to 10 in the comments below. Just leave me a number. I'll know what you mean. Guys, huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information in the description below. Be on the lookout for another video of mine today. It will be a double upload day. And if you like the content, if you want to be first to these news and update information, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'll know that you enjoy the content. So guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And as always, take care, guys.